Okay, so today we're gonna tackle my cream shadows, my like pigments, and also my like primers. So this one might be a little bit longer and it's gonna be hard because I love a lot of these products, but I also know that I really am not using all of them, so there's no point in having this many of this type of product. So let's start with the thing that's gonna be the hardest, my cream shadows that I love. So I have 5 MAC paint pots, 5 e.l.f. cream shadows, 4 Mary Kay ones, a Sigma one, and then a small Benefit one. Let's start with the e.l.f. ones because these will be a little easier to part with. I've got Ain't That Sweet, Pearls of Wisdom, this yellow one, Gotta Glow, Back to Basics, and what is that? Cruisin' Chic. I have used, which one did I use a lot? I think I used Ain't That Sweet a good amount because it's this really pretty pink color that I liked. So I think I'm going to keep that one. The white one, Pearls of Wisdom, I think, yeah, I've actually used that a bit too because I don't have a white one, which you'll see in the rest of mine. So I think I'm going to keep the white and the pink. The yellow, oh, whoa, that's the one I've used the most of. Guess I'll keep that one. I didn't realize how many of these I was using. That's actually pretty awesome. Now this one is very similar to ones I already used, Back to Basics and Cruisin' Chic. Yeah, Cruisin' Chic I've literally never used. So I'm definitely gonna pass that one on because I literally don't ever use it. I wanna compare this to a few others that I have and decide if I wanna keep it. So that's what I'm gonna do with that. So these, let me get rid of, I know for sure I'm gonna keep these 3, right? Yes. Okay. This, let's see. My MAC ones, I've got Bare Study, which I use all the time. It's just a really, really pretty base for virtually anything. I know I use that one like crazy. This one in Let's Skate is this really pink, but like there's like a pearlescent shimmer to it as well. That's really, really pretty. It reminds me, however, of the pink one from e.l.f. But I kind of like that I've got a cheaper version and an expensive so I can compare anytime. You know, I've got to keep in mind that I also have a channel that I want to make sure I've got options. If I only keep all the high end, then that's defeating the purpose. So I'm going to keep both because I really do like the e.l.f. one as well. Rubenesque is the one that I was thinking might be very, very similar to this one. Maybe not though. What is this one? Back to Basics. Let me swatch these. Okay, so that's Back to Basics. Oh, these are going to be very different. What am I talking about? Oh, no, they're really pretty much the same. Wow. That might be a dupe for that. Who knew? Look at that. That is the MAC one and that's the e.l.f. one. That's pretty cool. So I'm going to keep both for dupe purposes, I guess, because I want to be able to do another dupes video soon, and that is a great one. Wow. This is Vintage Selection, and this is one that I absolutely adore. It is the most beautiful, like kind of bronzy, but not so bronze. I mean, it's just gorgeous. I want to swatch this just because I like looking at it. Isn't that pretty? It's not, oh, I just think that's so beautiful, and I feel like not enough people talk about Vintage Selection. It's like my favorite. And then the last one is Painterly, which I use every day as well, like literally every day. So definitely keeping that one. Now these Mary Kay ones, what amazed me about these is that the formula stays on all day and like longer than anything else. I remember I swatched them on my hand the day that I got them from a subscriber and they would not come off. Like, I'm not even kidding you. I had to get waterproof, which is great because you want your shadow to hold on to it that way. It really was pretty cool. So I have got Iced Cocoa, which is this really kind of deeper, almost olivey bronze in person. And I like how sleek this packaging is as well. This one is in Beach Blonde, and this is the one I thought would be like Bare Study, but I didn't end up liking it as much because, or maybe this wasn't the one. Oh, that is really pretty. Why am I not using these? This is like Bare Study, a lot actually, another dupe. This one is in Apricot Twist, and this reminded me of Rubenesque, but let's swatch it next to it and see. It's a little more almost peach. It's so pretty though. Oh my gosh, this is really hard, you guys. And then the last Mary Kay one I've got is Metallic Taupe. And this one I've actually used a lot because this kind of color looks really cool underneath a like white powder shadow, because it just adds like an extra dimension to it. So I do like, dang it. Now, the good news about this Metallic Taupe one, I don't have anything like it. So I don't feel guilty keeping that one. This is gonna take a minute because these are all really good. I think I'm gonna pass on the Iced Cocoa because it's a little dark. I already have some like it, and it's also still not a color I'm gonna use very often. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and pass that one on. This Beach Blonde is so beautiful, and it's just like the Bare Study, so I want to keep it because that's a color that I use all the time. That way, if I were to run out of one or the other, they're kind of interchangeable. This one, what is this, the Apricot? I think I don't need it if I've already got Rubenesque and the e.l.f. one, so I think I'm going to pass that one on as well. So far I'm keeping these two Mary Kays and like all my MAC ones. Darn it, not getting anywhere. But the MAC ones are all, like, I recently got almost every single one of these at a CCO when they were pretty cheap. So I don't really feel guilty keeping those because they were a little more expensive and they're really amazing. And I use all 5 of them so far. So these e.l.f. ones, I kind of hate that I'm only getting rid of one, but these really are all so beautiful. I don't feel the need to get rid of them because they're just gorgeous, and they're gonna make for great dupe videos for you guys if you're wanting to save money, because why would you not want to save money if you can get the same thing for way cheaper? Okay, so moving on, this is a Sigma cream shadow. When I first became an affiliate like 1,000 years ago, they sent me this, but it's way too dark. I clearly used a lot of it, but I hate the packaging. Hate it. Like, I hate how ginormous this is. But beyond that, it's good, but I just hate the color, so it's going by. That was in the shade Persuade, by the way. This is a Benefit Cream Shadow in RSVP that I love. It is this beautiful kind of pinkish, I'm sorry, I'm running out of room for swatches, but it's like this beautiful pinkish, it's not showing up. Come on. There it is. I just love it. I don't know how to describe it. I want to get the full size of this because when it's this small, I'm like digging and getting it like into my nail, which really grosses me out. So I need to get the full size of this. I just don't want to spend the money, but at the same time, this is absolutely stunning and I love it so, so much. So much. Okay, I need to wipe my hands off before I vomit. Hold on. Okay, so these are like my pigments and loose cream shadow, not cream, loose shadows. Here, I'm gonna move this kind of out of the way for now. So, these are the L'Oreal Infallible. I have 5 of them. I used to have way more, but I got rid of a lot that I just wasn't using, and I'm hoping to be able to do the same thing today. However, I love all of these colors. Okay. See, this is gonna be hard. This is Ice Latte, which is this gorgeous dupe for Stila Kitten. I mean, it's just stunning. I've noticed, I need to like break it up though, because this top layer has gotten kind of weird, so I need to just take like a little pick or something and kind of break it up a little bit just to get back that loose quality, because, you know, it can be pressed, which is what I like about this. It's kind of pressed down and held together in a way, but it's kind of looking weird lately, so I need to kind of mess with this and get it back to its former glory, because it is a beautiful one. And if you've been eyeing Stila Kitten, this has the exact same effect, exact. So really, you don't need to spend the money. This is exactly the same thing. Like, I can't stress that enough. This is Amber Rush, which I have fallen in love with. It is the most beautiful. It's not a color that I would usually grab for, and now I just can't stop using it. So I know that I'm keeping that one. This one is, what is it, Gilded Envy. And it's a really pretty color, but I never use it. So I think I'm gonna pass it on so someone else can love it, because I don't think I've ever used it. I mean, look at that. It's so beautiful though, but it needs to be somewhere where it's being used. Poor thing. This is the Eternal Sunshine, that's what it's called. And this is another one, it reminds me of Half Baked. It's, I swear, a dupe for that. So I love it. I will continue to use it. This one is used a lot by me. This one, it's so pretty as well. It's Liquid Diamond, and it was sent to me by a sweet subscriber, and it's gorgeous. I mean, I can't stress that enough, that how beautiful it is. But again, I'm just not ever reaching for it, and it breaks my heart because it should be loved. Look at how gorgeous that is. Oh, see, that makes me want to use it. See, this makes me want to use it, which is a good thing. I mean, it should be used, but I also know that I never reach for it. I'm just gonna pass it on. I can't keep holding on to things that I'm never using. It's beautiful though. Okay, next thing, this is a Maybelline Color Tattoo Pigment, and it's in the shade Barely Brazen. Oh! And it's, again, just like the Stila Kitten, really, really beautiful. I love it. This one is a lot more finely milled, however, than the L'Oreal one. But they're both beautiful in their own way. This one is a little more warmer, and this is a little more cooler toned, but they're very, very similar and both beautiful, so I'm going to keep both. This one is a Bella Pierre. Now, you guys know I love their lip gloss. This is in gold brown, or goldy brown, or gold and brown. And it's this really, really cool, like, duochrome. I want to swatch this so you guys can see what I mean. It's got, like, the green, but then also, like, the brown. I don't really know. It's called golden brown, but you almost see, like, green in it. But I'm never using it, like, ever. There's no point in keeping it. So I'm going to pass it on. Ooh, dust everywhere. Okay. This is the MAC Pigment and Tan that my friend Amber sent me a long time ago, and it is stunning. It's amazing because it looks crazy dark, but then when you actually like apply it, it's this like beautiful, it really looks like Amber Rush. Yeah, it is absolutely stunning. I want to get like the full size of this because although I don't use pigments all the time, I use this one a lot and I'm running low. And I also want to try the MAC Vanilla pigment. So the tan pigment and vanilla I think are just beautiful, and yes, so definitely keeping that. This is a Starlooks Glitter. I realized when I was wanting to do fun makeup for New Year's Eve that I really don't have a lot of glitter. And by a lot, I mean I have like no straight up glitter. This one, however, is like this crazy color. Let's see. Yeah. Wow, it's beautiful though. Oh my gosh. So, oh my gosh. Wow. I mean, wow. That is unbelievable. So definitely keeping that. I never used it. I wish I would have pulled that out for New Year's because it's got that pink and that gold. Oh my gosh. Wow. I am just astounded. And the packaging is really, really smart. I love that it's got that little dropper. I mean, this is absolutely genius. My biggest problem with glitters I experienced was with the NYX ones that are small, and the packaging doesn't have that like raised thing, so you're not getting, so every time you opened it, you'd get glitter everywhere. So I love this packaging, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep that out. Oh my gosh. Okay, moving forward. Over here, I've got my like primers for the most part, and I don't use primers all that often because I usually just use a cream shadow, but I do use them from time to time. So this is the MAC Prep and Prime, and it's like a, you know, almost like a cream concealer-ish type thing, almost like a cream shadow, really. But it's really, really yellow tinted. It's in the shade Light. I just don't ever use it. I think I'm just gonna pass it on because I don't, it works just fine, but I just don't ever use it. This is the Lorac Behind the Scenes Eye Primer. I've never used, I probably never will use. I'm just gonna pass on. This is the Tarina Tarantino Doll Skin Eye Primer. It's got a doe foot applicator. Again, a really yellow toned primer. And there's nothing wrong with it, but I just don't ever use it. I love the packaging. I think it's so cute, but again, I just don't ever use it. Now, I've got two of the Too Faced Shadow Insurance. I have a small one and then a full-sized one. And what I was thinking about doing is just keeping the full-sized one and getting rid of the small, because I don't need both, and I don't think I'll go through it fast enough to need both. But since I actually paid for the big one, I think I'm going to keep that and get rid of the small one. So that will be good. Okay, so this is the only one I'm keeping so far. This is a Wet n Wild by Fergie one. It's really good, you guys. It's like freaking glue, seriously. This would be good actually with glitter. It's almost like a glitter glue. I mean, there's no glitter in it. You guys know what I'm saying. It is really amazing and it's really inexpensive. So that is one I would recommend if you're wanting a cheap one. It's amazing. So keeping those two. This is an e.l.f. one that I've raved about. It's their eye primer and liner sealer duo. And it's got this part here that's almost like a creamy concealery base. But when you blend, I know it looks really yellow, but when you blend it in, it gets rid of any discoloration. It holds onto your shadow. And then this side is a like liquid that you can dip this into shadow and turn that eyeshadow into a liner. It is really, really, really cool. I need to get a new one clearly because this is almost gone and you just saw the liner brush is looking pretty rancid too. So I think I'm gonna keep it until I get a new one, but I need to add that like to my shopping list. These over here, these are full-size Bare Mineral things that I got from Ipsy. And then this is a tiny one. The tiny one I never use. It's a Bare Minerals cream shadow thing. I'm just gonna pass on. These I wanna look at and decide if I wanna keep. This is a Bare Minerals 5-in-1 BB Advanced Performance Cream Eyeshadow. This is in Delicate Moss. And it's the full size. I feel like I should use this. So Delicate Moss. Wow, it's like a really cool taupe, but it's like a matte taupe. That's like a color I actually would use in the crease. How does it blend? It feels really good blending. It almost blends out completely, but again, that'd be a beautiful buffer color on your lid. Well, I feel like it just blended away though, don't you? Maybe you have to let it dry. I don't know. So let me think about that. I want to compare it to this one. This is an Elegant Taupe. Yeah. Oh, this one's just a little bit dark. Those are very, very similar, don't you think? But this is a little bit darker. Gosh, these are really cool. I want to like wait till it dries a little bit. But I like that it is blendable, so you could blend out the outsides of it, you know, to make it look a little softer. I think I'm gonna keep them. I think these are really, really cool. I just need to make sure that I use them. I can't believe I got those for free. That is really cool. That's one thing I have to say about Ipsy. They, like if you have points for reviewing products on their site or for referring friends, they will have really amazing free things you can trade them in. Now, sometimes they're really crappy, but other times they're like full-size products like that, and that was pretty darn cool. Okay, so let's go through and see what we're keeping and what we're getting rid of and see how I did. Okay, so looking at it now, these are all of the things that I'm keeping. And back here, of course, I've got my e.l.f. and my MAC paint pots and my 2 Mary Kay. And then these are all the things I'm getting rid of. I think I did a pretty good job. Yes, I've still got a lot, duh. But I am a beauty vlogger and this is, you know, one of my jobs. So it makes sense to still have a good amount, but I feel better about getting rid of things that really just weren't being used at all. Either I already have one that I like in the same color, or they were just brand new and I never touched them, like this Lorac one's brand new. I don't even know that I've used this Shadow Insurance, but I'm glad to not have 2 of them. Now I just have 1. And the hardest one for me to get rid of, there were a few hard ones, but the MAC one is hard. Getting rid of anything MAC for me is hard because all my life I had wanted MAC products. And so now that I have a decent amount of them, it's hard for me to let go. So, you know, it sounds silly, but you guys know how it is. If it's expensive, it's hard to let go of the really nice things. These were hard to let go of as well. All of them were, really. But I feel better. If you're interested in seeing my other declutter videos, I'll put the link below if you want to start at the very beginning and the first video and just work your way through all of them. There are a ton, and there are a ton more coming. So definitely subscribe if you're interested in all of those, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye. Hey guys, this is Jessica, and today I'm bringing you a review of the entire Wet n Wild coverall line. Everything except for the powder. So I've got the primer, the foundation, and the concealer, and in a second I'm going to show you a demo of me applying it to my bare face so you can see how they look, you know, based off of what my skin was and then what it looks like with these on. That way you can really get a feel for the coverage and the finish and things.